And I forgot our pillows. So we're
Oh.
going to have tough butts.
Tough butts for tough nuts.
Welcome to Biting All the Apples, the podcast of books, ideas, and ladies and books with ideas.
Oh, yes. We are back after an impromptu summer break. It's okay, though. We had our beach read pick of the summer with us the whole time. Binding Chaos, written by Heather Marsh.
Beach read of the decade. We're going to talk about that and a bit of the Michigan election stuff that is captivating the nation.
Yes.
No, the world. Maybe even the universe. We don't know where those satellites broadcast to.
We don't.
I'm Sarah Kay.
I'm Joanna V.
Happy late summer, listeners. Yeah, it's been an extra long minute since we've recorded, so we have prepared haikus to update you all on what's been going on in the past month.
Bum, bum, bum. My haiku is not a haiku. I couldn't haiku today.
I shouldn't say, do you want me to haikus?
No.
Whatever.
You asked for a haiku, but I
did.
disregarded your advice. And I did my own thing.
You're one of those democratic socialists, communists,
I
anarchists.
I am. Here I am.
Here you are. Okay, so this is a poem?
This is a poem. Well, I mean...
Is it an iambic pentameter?
Dude, I don't know. I'm
okay,
not
sorry.
a poet.
We don't want to ruin it by getting into the guts of it.
Yeah.
Just let it be an experience. Do you want to set it up with anything? Like, is
yes,
this...
I'm going to set it up because it was... So the goal was to like summarize summer, but this is like a an underlying theme for me from summer to now, and maybe into the future.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of whatever is happening on this planet.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
All right. Yep.
I hate that people talk so much about Rome, the society where the propaganda machine was finely honed. Others don't belong, take their land and kill resistors. Seems like humans would tire of the same story twisters. Roman conquerors were the worst of humanity. Please, let's focus and evolve before I lose my sanity.
Oh, girl. I didn't know. That was very powerful.
Thank you. It's my heart.
You're like, and that's what I did on my summer vacation.
And that's how I spent my summer vacation.
Right. Thinking about Rome.
Yeah. And it disturbs me greatly how much people talk about it, how much is spent. Like, I'm seeing more and more magazines on it. And, like, it's weird to me because they weren't nice. I don't know. It irritates me, especially because at the same time, there were people living much differently, fine and kindly as Native Americans.
Like there were people living much differently, fine and kind.
And not conquering. And taking people's belongings and killing their children. And
I'm loving this because... So Joanna and I, we haven't recorded in almost a month.
I know.
It wasn't totally planned, although last summer we kind of ended up not recording in July as well.
It's weird. Summer's weird.
It just happens. It happens. But also, like, some things happen.
Yeah.
I had like health stuff and whatever. But so when we were talking about recording tonight, I was like, oh, it'll be fun. Let's do our haikus or a poem.
Yeah.
Almost as a way to be like, this is what we've been up to. And I love that yours is about like Rome.
Yeah.
That just really...
My whole life is, I'm just telling you.
This is my whole life.
I'm consumed by the fact that the world is not evolving. And I am.
It is hard. I know. Mine is about Greece. I'm just kidding.
I was like, whoa, your summer's crazy.
I had 2 haikus, and mine are much more... Actually, I'm not even going to set it up because...
Don't. I'm just like, I'm morose. Is that...
No, I'm into it. It almost makes... I almost want to... I'm like, pause. I'm going to go back. No. I'm going to get... No, I think it's funnier.
Okay.
Tennessee travels, one motorbike accident, many fireworks.
Yes.
First one. Okay.
Love it.
That tells its own story.
Oh my gosh. And I know the
It's
story,
true.
so it's fantastic.
It's all there. That's all you need to know.
And there's a photo.
Part 2. That was first part of July.
Okay.
Second part. County Fair ribbons. Memories as company in bed for too long.
Oh, so July for you.
Isn't it so July? So that's what happened, you guys.
That
That's what's
explains
been going
everything.
on. Sure.
While Sarah was fairing and betting, I was
Betting.
I don't know.
About
I guess I'm
Rome.
stewing in my brain.
I like it. That's why, well, because we didn't record, so it's all built up.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you're like-
my therapy has been missing.
I know. So we got to get to it.
I've missed my therapy.
Yeah. But yeah, I was doing county fair.
It's
County
so
fair
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
And you won ribbons.
I won some ribbons. Best of show. Highlight of my life.
I
I love a fair. I love a local fair. Yeah, we have so much to catch you up on. So Michigan, the other thing that happened in July, we had
Cyclospora.
Cyclospora, which, by the way, the media is not underselling it. At one point, I knew 5 people that had it.
Not fun.
Yeah, poop lettuce. And then we had the wildfire smoke. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
It's
The
been
wildflower.
crazy. And
Wildfire, not flower.
And then we had, as I mentioned in the opener, the Michigan Senate race it's like national news.
The hook.
It was off.
The chain.
I almost just said it was off the hook. And you're like, yep, that's what I just said.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. Whatever. Bear with us, people. We're
It's been a
happy to have you
while.
back.
Yes, we missed you.
Yeah. So obviously, as we all know, poetry is a great way to grab people.
It is.
So I'm sure we probably got even
A little
more
bit
listeners.
of Rome, a little bit of summer.
A little bit of summertime. But the election is fascinating. And I feel like you're going to get some inside info because if you're a listener outside of Michigan, which I'm sure there are thousands of you.
Oh, I know it.
Millions.
Probably out of this country.
You may be getting, I know that a lot of people got the idea that there was, like I even saw the New York Times was like the bitter Senate race.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I also just off the bat want to let people know that's not
Yeah.
what was going on.
This is like propaganda.
It's total propaganda. But we are stoked about Abdul El-Sayed.
I am, and I have been for
But this
a
is what I
long
want to.
time.
So we are sitting here, and we're going to talk about a book later.
Later, because
But Joanna is involved in the
That's
Michigan Democrats,
right.
and she was at
the convention.
the convention where some shit went down.
Yeah. So first of all, I've been to the convention twice. My first time, I didn't know what was happening. And there is a lot of controversy over this particular convention, but it is how Democrats pick certain seats. Like general population don't get to vote for attorney general. And there's like three
Other
pieces.
stuff. Judges.
Yeah.
Actually, no, judges are supposed to
Not
be
judges,
nonpartisan.
you do vote.
Sorry, whatever. Yeah.
But then when they come together to do this, you have to be signed up as a delegate, and you go and you meet either in Detroit or Lansing, and you sit with your district local Dems, right? And you get to vote. Like, I picked this person. But then also candidates that are going into the primary can come and talk to all these people that come, different caucuses. So
Caucus.
yes, you can there was, the LGBTQ caucus. There was the Native Nations caucus. There's climate change.
Are you in like a teacher union caucus or
There's a
anything?
teacher union
Okay,
caucus.
okay.
So there's I'm talking, there's a marijuana caucus. There were probably 50 different caucuses that you could go. And then the candidates make their round because they want your votes, right? This time in Detroit, it was insane, the amount of people. It was insane.
How do you get picked to go?
If you're a Democrat, you can go.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But people don't because it's one of those, it's something they do.
I'm like, is
but
there
not-
parking? It sounds like a hassle.
Right.
I'm just
And you have to drive,
Yeah.
right? It's either in Lansing but but there were people that drove. People took buses. So that just
Holy
tells you,
shit.
like, people are not happy, right? And
Right.
I, as a person who is new to the process, was like, oh, this is great. People are fired up because we need to be. That is not how the leadership of the DNC saw it, because it became evident at the end when everybody comes together and they do speeches. And our friend Abdul, who everybody is seeing, so this is for District 7, which is, it's just a small district in Michigan, but it made so much headlines because it is such a contested seat.
It is,
and
yeah.
we're all, every state is different. They have different seats, and they're like, ooh, if this switches, we're going to get more power.
Right.
Well, there are 3 people running. Haley Stevens, who already has a job in the government, and people know her.
In the
She's
Michigan Senate, right?
Michigan Senate.
The state
and
Senate.
she
Yep.
is an establishment favorite.
Yep.
Abdul, who everybody knows,
Mm-hmm.
he had run for governor years previous, so I knew him from that. Michigan boy. And then Mallory McBurrow,
Mm-hmm.
who was another person that was kind of not an original Michigander, but she had pulled in a lot of centrist Democrats, I guess.
Yes. Yep.
So they all had speeches, but there was big contention. So Haley and Abdul get up. Abdul comes out. The crowd is not like you two just walked out on stage. I don't know why I said that because that's
I
not
like
even
that
my
though.
favorite.
Yeah.
And
You're like, I don't know, Bono.
and he speaks and like it's crazy. And then Haley comes out and the place is booing. And it's like, for me as a teacher, uncomfortable because you don't boo people. But
You're like, that is rude.
they didn't stop, but you could tell. Like, okay, well, she's an APAC person.
Right.
Makes sense. Everybody that is progressive is opposed to genocide.
Yeah.
I would hope everybody is.
Yes.
But,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's uncomfortable. And I'm like, obviously, they're going to have to support Abdul. After this convention.
Because it was so.
It was so evident. Like, it was a cacophony. Like, there was no doubt who the people, we the people,
Yeah.
in order to form a more perfect union. Yeah. We want Abdul.
Right. Right.
Couple weeks after that, they come out. Who do all these people endorse? Who does Whitmer endorse? Who does Benson endorse? Who does Dana Nessel endorses the lady that was booed to the heavens.
Yeah.
They endorse, and I'm just like mind blown. Like, what is happening? And they're like, well, those people, they weren't really done. Yeah, they were.
They said that.
They
Who
were
said
like-
that? Did somebody actually say that? Like the people at the convention were not Democrats?
That was like a, like they, those aren't, they just came in to rabble rouse and they're just they're Palestinian support. Well, yeah, I think we all should be Palestinian supporters
I know.
because genocide.
Right. Right.
Anyway, he won. And even though all this money went to her and the establishment ignored the people, but it'll be interesting to see.
But this is where I'm like, how smart are people that are like, if they're like, those weren't all Democrats and they just came and you're like, they just filled a whole, was it like not a stadium, but like a.
It was a
auditorium,
huge
right?
conference center. The Renaissance Center.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
it was
Okay.
one of the
Yeah.
big, the biggest rooms there. At the end, everybody comes together.
Yeah.
To hear all the speeches and stuff,
Right,
and
right.
to hear the final votes.
But I mean, you see and hear that, and they're like, their idea is just to discount it, which I think is so indicative of how the DNC has been run forever. Like we were talking about, I told you, it reminded me of Bernie.
Yes.
What they did to Bernie, which
Exactly.
I wasn't like Bernie.
I was.
Yeah. So.
And by
then-
the way, he did really well right here in Livingston County.
Yeah.
I have the receipts. I took a screenshot.
Yeah.
Although you could look it up because it is still there. They haven't taken all.
But what does it say about these establishment people where you're like, I'm like, who's going to drive to a freaking boring convention?
to go vote and meet
And
politicians?
they're like, they're just faking it. You're like, no, come on.
really? You think people got on
Although-
a bus from Traverse
And
City
also,
to
I'm
come here
like,
and vote?
if there's that many people willing to be involved in this giant ruse, like, maybe you should pay attention.
Right? Like, that's a lot of people to get together and, like,
Yeah.
have a we're going to pretend to like, no, what are you talking about? And I mean, like, booed.
That makes me
loudly.
uncomfortable to even hear. And even though, I mean, I don't like hate Haley or anything. I just am like, that's so crazy.
Oh, it was insane. I mean, like, you know, I was just like, oh, well, they're not stopping. Because usually people stop. But I mean, these are passionate young people that are angry. And they're like, those aren't the rules. They were mainly upset that there's the rule. Because I was upset. I actually stood up. If there was a video, there was I was right in the front. You know Brandon? Our friend Brandon?
Yeah.
I sat with him. He was like, let's stay in the back.
That's who we canvassed with, by
and I'm
the
like,
way,
come on.
For listeners.
I said, we'll just keep walking up. I said, I hate people too. But like, and then we found seats right in the front, right?
Yeah.
And there was a group that they were trying to get a vote on somebody else. And they were calling for the vote. And like, they're yelling though. And they're like, because they were like, does anybody disagree? And these people are yelling and they're just disregarding them. And I'm like, I don't really know them. And I'm like, how can you just ignore them when they're saying no, no, no? So I stood up and I'm like, and they're like, that's not how the process works. If they were going to complain, they had to send in a piece of paper before it. And I'm like, okay, so.
But why would ignoring them be
the way to
go, though?
When they're very angry and upset, and they were Palestinian supporters, you could tell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a very bad optic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, felt uncomfortable for those. And I'm like, wait, she's like almost crying, waving, those Palestinian scarves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it really seems to lead, like you said, does anybody object? And they're like, oh, yeah, but they had to do that before and they missed a deadline. And I'm like, so you ignore them? Because for me and probably thousands of other people who have never been, it just looks like you're an asshole.
Right. Right. I think it's really funny to be like, they're supposed to do this, therefore I act like they don't exist. That's weird.
It was like, because I literally stood up and I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, those aren't the rules. And I'm like, what? Where is that written? And how would anybody know that unless you're like a boomer?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
And it makes me think, some of the Kamala speeches where pro-Palestine demonstrators would come.
Oh, yeah.
And the way she treated them is, again, the communication person in me, I'm like, I could see why she was advised like that. But overall, even just for talking about the power of the people today, it shows you how protest doesn't even, I mean, it is,
even within your own party.
The life has been sucked out of it. And
it's crazy.
I had words to say for a second, but I just got really upset. But I'm like, it's just been like diminished so much. And I want to ask these old establishment people, I'm like, what do you think these young people are going to do?
Oh, yeah.
You're still like, follow the rules and make sure you vote. And I'm like, they're like, you don't even listen to us.
Or acknowledge.
Or like how they diminish people or try to make it, this is so elitist to be like, well, they're not doing it right.
Right.
They're not doing it the right way and they're not following the rules. Like,
and I don't know how they have come together now. Okay. They did really good after the election because it was really contentious election. And it was Palestine was the issue. Bottom line. That's what it was with Biden too. And Kamala,
mm-hmm.
It is that because we are watching it real time. Everybody has TikTok. Everybody's seeing the starving, the kids with missing legs, the kids with no. We're all seeing it. Mm-hmm. We're all seeing here ICE being Gestapo.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they're just getting those new electric.
Yeah, paramilitary.
Right?
Yeah.
And then to have your own leadership disregard thousands of people at their convention, mind blown. My mind was blown.
After losing a major presidential election for that same reason, they've learned nothing.
Yeah.
This is a huge thing.
It's crazy.
Address it, fuckers.
So it'll be very interesting because they've all come together, all kumbaya now. But I'm like, you don't really kumbaya together.
Yeah. But so you've met Abdul.
I met him. I've met him a couple times.
Well, I remember asking you when I saw that I was like, so what's the real deal? Because you never know. Because you can have cool videos.
He is very personable and passionate. And he has been, even when he ran, like he ran the primary with Whitmer and he lost. Because he's passionate. He wanted to go into medicine. And then he was like, oh, wait, the system is... and he's brilliant, by the way.
Yeah. We brought up like 5 different points that cross over with what's in Binding Chaos.
Yes.
So, yes. That's why I'm glad. That's why I wanted to ask you about this, in your experience at the convention.
It's been a crazy
and to give us the inside
years.
Scoop.
It's a weird time to be living, I think.
And there are so many crossover things with this Binding. I mean, this book, you got to read it. You got to read the whole... It really series, which I have not done, but I got to tell other people you got to read it because I'm going to. But I just want to mention too, for the Michigan, I had to get some stats.
Ooh, you got some stats.
It's not a podcast unless you have stats. Just how much was spent.
Oh yeah,
because it's important to see it's
disgusting. By the way,
the machinery.
Yeah, because Abdul is running Money Out of Politics, which has been a thing for a long time. There's many programs going Money Out of Politics, but that's what he's running on. Money Out of Politics and Medicare for All. Those are his big things, which are big things.
They're very big.
And they're like, that's too big. Oh, it'll be too much money. And he's like, no, I wrote a book. He wrote a book.
Yeah.
On Medicare, okay?
Yeah.
He's written 2 books.
I know.
And none of them are about converting you to Muslim and making Sharia law.
Yeah, exactly.
The law of the land here.
Yeah. And if he is, I'm like, that is quite a roundabout way to. Although, I mean, I guess it could happen. Anything can happen. But for the Michigan 2026 Democratic Senate primary.
How much money?
Driven roughly by $81 million in total ad spending.
That's disgusting.
Over $60 to $70 million in heavy outside super PAC investments, primarily targeting progressive candidate Abdul El-Sayed.
Yeah, saying awful lies.
The total ad spend was $81 million, so which is triple the state's previous record for non-presidential primary, ranking as the second most expensive primary overall of the cycle, behind only Texas Senate race. I bring this stuff up because we are getting ready to talk about this book where it talks about
our system.
the system.
Popularity contest.
How useful, I mean, seriously, how useful is that to you as a voter that people spent $80 million to do this? And if you know the inside story where representatives came and they were like, we don't want Haley, if the Democratic Party just could have gotten behind.
Yeah, they wasted $80 million.
Yeah.
They should have never spent any money on her at all.
Yeah.
None. And I am saying that. I was there.
Yep.
Come at me.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Do it. Come at just Joanna. I'm just kidding.
Come at me because I was there.
Yeah.
And I sat with those people. And it was not 1 or 2 people. It was the whole room. And there is no way anybody could do. And I have video.
Yeah.
I have video. And I have Brandon. He was right next to me.
Yep.
But what happened at that convention was so egregious to me that I'm mad.
And they're like, no, and we're just going to let $81 million.
$81 million.
For inside.
Yeah. And then, this was building, but this
and
was
that also feeds the media because all the national news, they love shit like that. So they've been feasting on this inside fights in the Democratic Party. Yeah. They just feast on that. But we still are going to be operating within this bullshit system.
Yeah.
The one that gives us the tyranny of majority rule. And there's no majority is held up to a standard to ensure that the needs of the minorities are met.
Yes.
And that is a little bit of Binding Chaos, which we're finally going to talk about.
Yes.
At least get started talking about.
We're going to start talking about it.
You know what? Start talking about it right now.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Heather Marsh.
Heather Marsh.
My lovely lady. So
She's so cool.
Now, you knew more about her history, but you can obviously tell by reading. So it's not like a literary book, but it is very informative. And you can tell that she's a computer person. She knows the ins and outs of the digital world like I do not. When I read this, I can tell that we have different skill sets.
Yeah, she has an even more, computer person, but I mean like highly online connected. And this is back, and we should remind people, Binding Chaos, was it 2013 or wait.
Well, she started writing about it in 2010.
2010.
Yeah,
Okay, yep.
She started writing about it.
She made it a whole book in 2013.
Yes, and she was a big part of open source.
There is a quote in here about, I should have done tabs like you did.
What's it about?
But
I might have a tab.
Well, you may have the tab.
Labels.
I think it is really important. Like some of the stuff that she talks about when you say like, so she's like doing the open source, and it reminds me, and we got to like our young adult years were in the glory days of the internet,
really?
Where the internet really was like, it was like message boards and websites and blogs and maybe a touch of online shopping. So it was like so fun. eBay was like new.
Oh yeah.
But for the communication aspect of it, I can't even imagine it now.
Anybody from
you could talk
all
to anybody,
over the world.
but it was also very like a message boards are really safe and nobody's clicking like likes or whatever. So it wasn't
free flow
dopamine style. I mean, you got your dopamine from the conversation,
from the interaction, not from the reaction to what you say.
So she sets up, this book is really where she's like telling you the problems with everything. And there's something where she almost warns, where she was like, communication is the most important thing for organizing communities and stuff. And she's like, it's so important to not let the oligarchs
control
it. And my note in here, we'll get to this part because it obviously, like, she writes much better than my little recaps. But I'm like, oh my God, because it happened. Mm-hmm. Like the internet has been seized by tech bros.
Yeah,
who now have direct
control over algorithms.
Of the government as well.
And the government.
They have direct, it's like back and forth flow. So what she was worried about happening has already happened.
And I guess that has been the hardest part about reading this is like, shoot.
But all's not less.
So people knew this, and we just not. Well,
it's really hard to get people to care about something that they have to have
and it's hard to understand.
Where it's hard to understand.
She understood it. That's where.
Well, I even think about
she saw
a while
it
ago. I even think about just on a surface, like more basic level. When I started to hear people say, when smartphones got more and more apps and we started to move like banking and healthcare and stuff on the smartphones. And I'm like, the data, and you'd hear so many people be like, well, I don't care if they know what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I remember being like, oh, we are in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. And we gave it up. We just gave it up. She talks about that
people
in there.
On Facebook tagging their faces, like
facial recognition.
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
People. But so many people were like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Why would I care? And to try to get people to care, it was so abstract at the time. I'm like, well, if you do that, they can do these algorithms, and then they'll start to control what you can see and what you're marketed to.
And Sarah caught on early, and I disregarded it.
But I worked in social media.
Okay, so you understood it more.
And the more I worked in social media, the less personal social media accounts I had.
Mm-hmm, because you knew how it worked.
Yeah, and you're just like, this is like, it's pure trash.
Yeah.
Although I am on Blue Sky now. So it's really hard to get people to understand and care, and which is also why right-wing messages during these times of upheaval, right-wing messages are so much easier because you're just like,
because they're so dumb.
Yeah, they're just like,
repeated.
Fuck it all, we're the best Merca. And you're like, what? And they're like, let's kick everybody out. Yeah. Like even if you're explaining, like, people are just like, well, people take advantage of welfare. And if you're like, actually, corporate subsidies make up for more. People are just like, we don't care. So
Yeah, they don't care. They're like, I got my talking point.
Yeah, I'm like beating a dead issue.
Heather,
but I want to set.
She sees the brokenness.
So she sees the brokenness, and she said that I'm setting this up, and then you can finally talk.
Okay.
I guess I'm kidding, but she worked with, I think, WikiLeaks or some of these online things. You said like open source, and I believe she was tied to or involved with the Occupy movement. So through all that, and
maybe anonymous from what I'm reading. I don't know if she
Yes.
definitely knows anonymous.
Yeah, or was like the group. If anybody listening knows more about this, please
I would
tell
love
us,
to know more about
are
anonymous.
Clueless. And yeah, online you can't like find a lot. Or I'm like, am I not searching the right things?
No, because they're smart.
They're smart. I know they're smart.
The book.
So, but she came to these conclusions, even though I know we already had this, I'm just recapping real quick, after working with these groups and noticing that the real issues of organizing societies is finding ways to get consensus and doing in the problems with direct democracy. But if we live in society, you have to have collaboration. So it's like, how do we find ways to collaborate? And voting isn't useful.
No.
Is kind of her point. And
because someone is always left out.
Absolutely. And what does it mean, like voting? Should people who don't have like information or knowledge, like that's weird if you think about it, because look at where we are now.
We are voting. Some of us are informed, not many of us, and the rest are voting based on media,
right?
Telling them,
or not even media,
who's the best
memes.
person. And memes.
And so,
oh my gosh, you're right. It's not even.
Yeah, it's not even media.
Low information voters, they just see a meme and they think it's true.
And here, where we're at in America now is actually all elections are decided by these low information voters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
you rile them up and you get them to go and vote
one
for
way
your
or
person.
another. It's true. That's how it goes. So, and Marsh says most of our problems come down to a balance between personal autonomy, diversity, and society. Mm-hmm. So it's like how do we keep our personal autonomy and diversity in a society where we have to collaborate? Mm-hmm. And that's where we enter into Binding Chaos.
Yeah,
this book is so good. And by the way, everybody, it's readable as fuck.
Oh, it's so light, and the chapters are so short.
Which is why I'm like, that's probably why you can tell she's a computer person. She's like, we don't need, don't get bogged down.
Don't give me any fluffy
story.
Don't give me
any fluff stuff.
Very, very minimal fluff.
Yeah.
Actually, there's no fluff.
There's no fluff because it's very hard if you're a highlighter, because I'm like, well, this whole thing could be highlighted.
This is all, because it's basically a manual saying this system of representation, it doesn't work. It's just not possible. There's too many of us.
It's not scalable.
And if you're looking at just the U.S. in general, it's giant. And like if you're in Michigan, your needs are nothing like someone who lives in Mississippi. Okay, it's too wide, too far for us to have a consensus vote on giant issues.
Right. You know, the LGBTQ community. Like,
they have different
why
needs.
Are they constantly having to see what kind of scraps
they can get?
Some majority rule person who has no interest or stake in their lives.
Yes. So she basically is like, the system doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It won't work. It cannot work.
She has some great... So all these chapters are about why it doesn't work.
Yes.
And she's such a good writer that I'm like, yep, it's true.
It is.
Even though I'm like, I don't know. So the first chapter is called, is it Boundaries? Is this the first? Mm-hmm. It sets up like the world is long overdue for a completely new system. I have to tell you this one thing that underlined because this is what I've been... The America First crowd and the whole MAGA thing, when that was going down, I'm like, that's so retro. And we right now have billionaires, a lot. We have millionaires and billionaires in our administration.
Right, yeah.
That have hypnotized these MAGA people into believing in borders and immigrants being horrible. they're not beholden to any fucking borders.
No, they're all over the
And
place.
so finally we're going to read a Heather Marsh thing. Corporations have the freedom to live in a world without borders or social responsibility. To own property, no individual can claim and to control a one world government and legal system. This has insupportable consequences for the world's resources and individual rights. So when we're talking about like depleting resources, it's like at the same time, yeah. Anyway, so people are locked within arbitrary national borders by ever-increasing surveillance, military, and xenophobic propaganda, crippling our ability to collaborate frequently and our ability to survive.
Yep.
Our naturally migratory species are being caged like zoo animals, increasingly even as technology makes it more possible for us to interact. Immigration has become a privilege of the elite instead of a right of the desperate. And I can go on and on. The rest is, but I'm like,
yeah.
What else do you need to know?
Because they can.
Where is that wrong?
Their borders don't matter. They can buy a golf course in another country.
A bunker in New Zealand.
This. Yeah. So she talks about it in saying that humans are not machines, but their capabilities and inclinations will be guided by the limitations of the systems they are given to collaborate with.
Ooh, sorry. I know. It's so good.
I know.
So good.
The structure of the code and the laws we write and the tools we create will decide the structure of our future societies as surely as landforms and villages decided the societies in the past. So if we don't define the capabilities of the internet and AI, we will be locked in. And it's already happening.
Yeah.
We're already kind of locked in.
The lunatic trillionaires are deciding.
They're deciding our boundaries. Do you want that, people?
Yeah.
Do you want that?
Right.
No, you don't. You got to read Biting Chaos.
I know. And I have this highlighted where it kind of gives the reason for binding chaos, why she uses that. Mm-hmm. So old authoritarian systems can no longer bind the natural chaos of a free society. But we can show the power of chaotic order, the beauty and creativity of collaborative freedom if we build the right structures now.
Yes.
Is it too late, Heather?
I don't know.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. That's the one thing. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
Are you going to just stop?
Exactly.
But it does feel like we've missed big opportunities.
Yeah, like if some people to listen,
to stop where we are.
Yeah.
Like if in 2010 people read her stuff and were like, oh, yeah, that should be figured out.
Flock cameras.
Exactly, which is insane.
It's insane. I love this, even though this is like 15 years ago now. We now have the opportunity to create real alternatives for both economy and influence, for communication, collaboration, and all tools of society. If we are unaware of the potential before us, we will not achieve anything we are capable of at this moment, which makes the anti-intellectualism ramp up, is probably to stop people from being aware of the capabilities.
Yes.
So, and some other things. And also social media.
Social media.
I know.
Influencers.
I know.
A big part of the, I guess, what do you call this? Democracy that we're in, we're called a representative democracy.
Yes.
And she's like, that representative, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean, and is it really representative of all of us?
Exactly.
It's a nice ideal, but she basically lays it out. It's impossible.
Yeah, it is impossible.
And you've told me that.
Yeah.
As well.
But it's hard to get, and this is why, actually, speaking of I keep on going back to the hubbub about, the election season, but they are trying to scare people against the Democrat socialists by saying, well, they're talking about electability, but they're also like, they want to get rid of Congress and the president. And I'm like,
are you projecting?
True. I'm like, it's true. Because we don't need a fucking president.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, some fucking Democratic socialists are not going to get rid of the president.
No.
Like, to me,
honestly,
Democratic socialists, I was like, that's like an old Democrat.
Yes.
They're not even like...
And they're like, I just want to help people.
Yeah, like that's not... I'm like, they're not that radical.
I want to lift you up. And then the corporations are like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not going to work for us.
Yeah, that makes us no money. Yeah.
Why are you helping each other?
We can charge for that.
Exactly.
So, but I want to bring that up in case there's everything. They're like, what? No.
What?
We don't like people helping.
That's ridiculous.
But I bring this up because us going through this, for anybody listening, who knows? Maybe some people are centrist. I mean, who knows? But if you hear stuff like that where they're like, they want to get rid of presidents, it's kind of like how bad that term defund the police sounds to people.
Yes.
I'm like, but you have to know the whole intellectual explanation. But it is true. Like, we don't need to spend a year of campaigning and like $500 million to pick one dude to supposedly speak for all of us. To speak for all of us? What?
And
the fuck?
So she ties in. She's like, yeah, they're saying that representative. She's like, we have the internet.
Thank you.
You don't need a freaking representative. Be your own.
Yeah, be your own.
1-to-1.
1-to-1.
You don't need a group affiliation.
Right.
Ranked choice voting.
Voting. Like stuff like that is a good start.
That's the start.
Yeah, that's the start. Yeah, because you're like, it actually doesn't make any sense. So people just being like, they're going to get rid of presidents. It's like, why are you defending? It's a dumb idea. The only reason,
person.
Yeah.
It's silly.
One person. And in America, it's always one dude.
Yeah.
And everybody's always dissatisfied.
Yeah, yes, you are correct.
So
even when the person you elect is in office.
Yeah. It's dumb. And one person cannot possibly understand the needs of all these individual groups. And that's, again, this is going back to Heather.
And even in a small community, she says, think about it. Like, think about your town. Do you think everybody is in that group going to be? No. There's all sorts of groups.
And that is where, if you've heard some of her interviews, she brings that up where it's like, that is something that has changed over, the millennia. Is it used to be like you actually did fully understand the needs and stuff of the group you were in because it was like tiny. Or like if you were like, a blacksmith apprentice, you knew like what they all needed. And nowadays, even if you're like a freaking lineman apprentice in Michigan, it could be different than somebody in the same thing, across.
Yeah.
We don't know. But But because she's a computer person, she's like, right now we have the opportunity to use the internet.
The internet. It's fully functional.
It's fully the best thing ever. Unless you let some tech bros seize it.
True.
Right.
True democracy is at best only one step removed from ochlocracy or mob rule.
It's true.
Yes, I know.
She says every democracy, it will end in oligarchy. And that's where we're going to prove it wrong. That's exactly what's going on right now.
Like, look around. We're there.
Yeah, look who just bought the Lakers.
Oh, my God.
It's so Russia-like. I love this. Direct democracy gives equal weight to all votes, the expert and the novice, the completely dependent and the unaffected. Expert opinion is overshadowed by volume, which negatively impacts the resulting decisions. Allowing votes by people unaffected by the issue at hand results in not just uninformed decisions, but also persecution of minorities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even if you're trying to help them.
Yeah, like, you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But reading this, even though, as you, like, so kindly say, you're like, you knew this before. I'm like, I knew some of this stuff, but I love reading this now, even if it's, like, 10 years late, about the answers where she was like, but we have this technology and we have the capabilities to build systems for this kind of society. So I never put that together. That's why I like reading. It's cool.
I know. She's like, come on. What did she say? She's like, I liked this. I put a star by it. There is no logical reason to expect a different result from a system that has been tried, which we've seen. The results are not great.
Right.
Women and the economically disadvantaged fought too hard to overcome the system to allow it to return. Yeah, direct democracy, it's not what it sounds like it is.
Exactly. She says direct democracy is very susceptible to a hidden oligarchy, as those at the bottom of the social classes have no time available to represent themselves or to study the issues being debated.
And it happened so slowly, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. What? We gave up everything, and we're just screwed. Robert Reich always has some really great graphs and things with inequality media. But, like, I remember him, like, decade ago going, like, look at this gap. Look at the gap. This doesn't make sense. You can't have the money gap. Like, the CEOs are making, he's been shouting it. Like, I didn't think he would make it after this election. He was like, but he's still going. But it's not like these problems haven't been obvious.
And did you have this where the result? Oh, we're like, ooh, this is good. Go ahead. You go.
Representative democracy is designed not to care about individual rights, but to care about what noun each person can identify with.
Yes.
And how strong is the lobby group associated with that noun? Because it's all about lobbyists, people.
I have I love right after that it says representative democracy is divisive, ineffectual, and based on impossible principles. There are two underlying concepts which must be universally accepted for representative democracy to function. Groups may act as individuals, and individuals may act as groups. These two are fundamentally unsound.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I read it like that I was like, yeah, that's
it is.
Yeah.
But that is what we do.
And you're like, I know, we're like, hello. We need to work to ensure there is no reason why individuals cannot represent themselves in any circumstance. Right?
Yeah.
If the members not speaking are not interested, then they should not participate instead of lending excess weight to another voice.
Don't vote on if you don't know anything about how data centers work.
But we're not organized that way because we're organized in this horse race style of politics. So
and then they have us so conditioned to believe that vote is so powerful.
Right. And everything relies on getting your guy. So you're going to talk about that's why we have like men talking about women's reproductive health and shit. Like classic. Again, straight people talking about LGBTQ.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not into it. Shut up about it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a say.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, because it's just not possible.
Right. And I keep on bringing up like women's rights and LGBTQ. In the Black Americans, the fact that they're still kind enough to operate in this country.
I know.
Because I'm like, and think about it, they're like, we tried to say cops are killing us.
Yeah.
And they can't even get people to me.
You didn't even notice till the pandemic and you were home watching TV.
Exact. Like, what the fuck? Like, so anybody like arguing for like this straight democracy, I can always point to like the Black Lives Matter thing where I'm like, what kind of system do we have where there is a large group of people that are like, we are being murdered and we'd like it to stop, and people are like, shut up.
Who's going to protect your house? That won't matter if I'm dead. Right. Okay? What?
Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and totally disregarded.
Completely disregarded. Okay, and I think just because of the time, we're gonna finish up this section about the democracy.
Yes,
because I don't want to. And I also think this is good because like this is our first. We're back. We're giving you this stuff. We're just telling you your democracy is shit. I hope you're enjoying this episode.
Okay. It is.
It's shit.
And you're gonna have to use your noggin to get us out of this.
Yeah, right. So
I do want to say
Yeah, we started chapter 4 and 5. We'll keep talking. Yeah, we're going to go through this section.
So representative democracy has become a popularity contest. So it's very personality driven, which you can see. So if you are outspoken and you are comfortable in front of audiences, you are going to get a nice amount of votes, and you're going to get people to follow you. What Heather says is the internet changed that because introverts were like, oh, hey, I can actually do this from my keyboard. Like, I couldn't go out in public and say things, but I got ideas. And that changed a lot of things. And these quiet, smart people were speaking out. And that's when corporations were like,
yeah, they're like,
we got to get some control over that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of figured that was going to be a thing, but now, do you see those people thinking?
Yeah.
And they're thinking about us not getting all the money. And we're going to have to put the hammer down on that. And so she spends time talking about that and how empowering those forums were, which I think is where she started probably her exploration, because she was in at the beginning of that, of the free flow of informations globally. Scientists were sharing. It would have been great, like for cancer cures and
all kinds of crap.
Climate she talks about pharmaceutical companies coming in right away. And they were like, yeah, we don't need you trying to crowdsource how to get healthy without my drug.
Right. Going back to how to be elected to having to be, like a personality, and that means you have to be good on TV and stuff. So add on to that the layer of if you are a female candidate, the appearance stuff, your voice, the things you say, like your wardrobe. So it's like, that's when people say shit like, we can't get a woman elected. I'm like, yeah. Because this is bullshit. The rules of the game are ridiculous.
They're ridiculous. And what are we doing?
Like, what are we doing?
We need to evolve.
Yeah.
Which he does talk about evolution.
Yeah. So.
There is crossover, too, between Great Cosmic Mother, too.
Yes.
Did you see it? Because she was talking about when societies became transactional.
Yes.
And I was like, wait, what? Wasn't that in Great Cosmic Mother?
I had a note that says GCM in here,
too.
I know. It all goes right here when she said the old authorian, it says the Great Cosmic Mother talking about patriarchy not being able to hold. Marsh is talking about technology, old ways not being able to hold power. That was my note.
Yeah. Yeah, there was crossover.
That's not a great note.
But
I was like, that's all I had. That's it. I'm trying to read my handwriting. I'm like, it says. But I was like, that's what. So, the Great Cosmic Mother was like not able to, patriarchy is not going to be able to hold. And Heather Marsh is like, this system of democracy cannot hold with these technological advancements.
It just can't.
And she also is kind of saying, as in, it can't hold with these technological advancements, like, we're going to do something or we're all going to be enslaved or whatever. Maybe she actually doesn't say that. Does she?
I mean, there is a slavery thing, but they name it different.
Okay.
We'll get to that on the human rights.
Yeah, when we get back
in
our next episode. Yeah.
Corporatist groups contribute to an extraordinary degree to the most problematic aspects of current governance, starting with the ones illustrated here and escalating into legal corporate personhood and democratic dictatorships.
That's right.
In order to create a system without the same failings, these two concepts must be rejected as part of the design. And
did you see that individuals must begin to communicate as ideas and actions, not nouns.
Yes.
And I like this. Voices, votes, legal and political power are natural rights of individuals, not groups. Radical.
It is a radical idea.
What's radically true idea?
Radically true idea.
It's a radically true idea.
It's like a new idea, but she had it in 2010.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a new idea that was always true.
Yes.
That was a pre-idea.
Great.
So this last little tidbit of what is this section called? It's something about democracy. No, it's called The Problem with Democracy.
The problem with democracy.
We're like, sit down, let me tell you the problem with democracy. This chapter 5, hidden oligarchies. Representative democracy is the most dishonest oligarchy of all, as it insists on the falsehood that the voice of its oligarchs is the voice of the people, and the subsequent falsehood that their rule is ruled by the people.
Oh, dang.
Shit.
That's where we are.
That's it. Yes.
But the facade is, I mean, the veneer is off, or, the blinders are up.
Yep.
I hope for anybody that's listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
You got your blinders up.
That's right.
We're done.
We've got 80 people right now behind us that are about to.
That's right. They're going to.
And we love all of you. This is what I always see. So when I see the notes are like, vote like your life depends on it, where I'm always like, no, I know I'm going to participate in this, but stop with the illusion that you can vote out an oligarchy. Democracies have not eradicated oligarchy. They have driven it to secrecy, a state of affairs ironically most abhorrent in a democracy.
Yeah.
Yep. Instead of confronting the problems inherent in an oligarchy, democracy denies it exists while practicing it openly.
Openly. Right in front of your face.
Yes.
And you are you kidding me?
And
You're
then
seeing it.
And then convincing you that social programs are bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, so sorry. You cannot have health care, but we're going to bomb the shit out of this country.
We're going to give Elon
billions of dollars of bombs.
$100 million tax break or whatever. Yeah. Actually,
'Cause he
$100 million
needs
is small
Yeah,
now.
that
I
is-
guarantee that was like,
That is
whatever.
small potatoes.
Yeah, girl. Sorry.
Small potatoes.
Did I just cut you off when you were trying to say something? I was like, no, listen to this.
No, because I had that.
Listen
I
to
had
this.
that same
Yes,
thing.
girl.
So basically, she says there's not much difference between these systems of communism, they're not that different.
This is what I love. It's true.
Yeah.
She's like, it's not that different. Well, also,
You're so afraid of it.
and this-
You're already in it.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
It's basically, and it's funny because this ties back in with, like Great Cosmic Mother or feminist stuff where it's like, your communism is still bullshit. Your socialism is still bullshit. It's all still like this group as an individual, which it isn't.
It can't be.
Yeah. Did you have this highlighted? Communist states have failed for the same reasons by denying and pretending to eradicate elitism instead of acknowledging it and using it to the advantage of society.
Yes. Well, I had these ideologies fail at the gate because of a fatal flaw.
Ooh.
When a round peg does not fit in a square hole, despite numerous attempts, we do not say it has been tried.
Has not been tried.
It has not been tried. We say it doesn't work. But instead, we're like, no, democracy, it's working. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. But wait, it hasn't been the best.
I know.
But no, it's the best. It's the best. Pound it and put it in there.
Representative democracies do not provide for expertise in governance as representatives are elected by landmass in time span, not system, and are usually elected for charisma, not expertise.
It's that personality thing.
Right.
Which has only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse.
Well, people like to elect a strong man. Okay, father issues.
Yeah.
People. Yeah.
Okay, but this daddy, he is not a good daddy. He is a pedo daddy. Oh, and this is where the word... Oh, by the way, you know what I love about this book? It has its own glossary because the ideas are so new.
Oh, I know.
The only place that you will find these terms are in the book, Binding Chaos in the Back. And I love a glossary.
I do love a glossary.
I don't know why. I put the page 309 and highlighted the
I love
definition.
it. Oh, is it
Stigmergy.
Stigmergy? Yes. Tell us about this. This is what she wraps up the section with. Yeah.
Yes, stigmergy. It came up, and I was like, dang. So, I'm going to give you the definition. Stigmergy: action-based method of collaboration which follows an idea If people understand and agree on a goal, everyone has autonomy as to how or whether they work to further the goal, because you have your individual thoughts. And communication is through transparency. Secrecy and ownership of ideas are in opposition to stigmergy. Okay?
That's right. I had the stigmergy is a way of working together without direct talk or boss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't need it.
Yeah. But so she brings us in the last paragraph. In
Yes.
the section, is that what you're saying? Where she
Yeah.
says, we can do better than this.
We can do better than this. We can govern by user groups, respect individual rights and global commons, and collaborate using stigmergy. We can belong to overlapping societies voluntarily by acceptance of social contracts. Where necessary, elite expertise can be contained and used through transparent epistemic communities with knowledge bridges while control remains within the user group.
Knowledge bridges, it sounds so
Knowledge
nice.
bridges. Because there are things where, like, if I needed to vote on brain surgery, I would be like, yeah, probably count me out on that one.
Don't know about it.
I never cracked open a brain.
Yep.
I mean, I have a brain.
I've cracked open with some books. Hi.
Ooh, biting all the apples, biting all the But, and right now we're like, oh, wait, I want to have control over, I have money.
Yep.
Oh, but you don't know anything about that. Oh, no, but I have money.
Yeah. Or even simplifying it more to like our current election system, though, it's more like people are so concerned about their horse winning the race. So that's what takes priority. So the higher ups, the oligarchs or whatever, you can see how much they are trying to tie this stuff to like personal safety.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's where, because nothing is working for like people, but if you get people worried about like personal safety or their like personal finances and stuff, but I'm seeing, well, now the personal finances thing, like the right is losing that, so they're gonna go hard on the personal safety, and that's gonna be like crime, terror, immigrants,
homeless people.
Yeah. Well, look how
they're really scary.
Well, look how they tied immigration to crime.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, very easily.
Where there's no correlation.
All the crime.
The largest criminal immigrant would be Elon Musk.
Oh, yes. Oh my God, he's killing millions.
He's killed
with Doge.
With that, and then also, I mean,
Thousands.
he ripped off the country.
Oh my
hundreds
God.
of millions, probably. Like
and he's
billions,
still getting money.
So I'm sorry, I brought that fucker out.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Like, lovely listeners, what do you think when you hear this stuff? Are you like, what kind of hippie bullshit? Or
what kind of computer science amazingness?
Yeah. And actually, I'm kind of glad I just said hippie shit, because it is funny. These hippie commune ideals, Heather Marsh is like, no. We can actually make that shit a reality now that we have technology.
Mm-hmm.
So
easy. Think about it.
Plug in. So we are like, sorry.
It's been a long time since we saw each other. So
it is. Chat. I know. So we're chatting. We're very chatty. Actually, it's better. We wait to start talking about this book till after the primary.
Yes.
It ties in to this so well.
And it's not just our state, because like I've been watching
not. Like the Wisconsin shit that just went down.
It's all going down. It's going down, and we're gonna watch how representative democracy is gonna be changing, because the youngies.
You know who's not being represented right now? I can't believe I've waited this long to mention them. Are our servicemen and women on the USS Abraham Lincoln. So we just want to give a shout out to y'all.
Yes, we are so sorry. This
even though I think they don't even have Wi-Fi.
They don't have Wi-Fi.
They can't port anywhere.
And your people are saying, military's the best, military's the best. But then they're treating them like they are the bubble gum on the bottom of your shoe that stepped in dog poop.
It's insanity. And that's what the oligarchs, they don't give a shit.
They want.
They don't give a shit.
They don't
So
care.
hopefully that was very uplifting for you. And
There was some hope in there.
yeah, we're always bringing you hope because knowledge is hope.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is hope. We are stoked to be back at it. We do plan on being on a regular schedule.
Yes.
We do know our educator in residence is getting back to school. Actually, but the upside is when you're on a more regular work schedule, we can like record more regularly.
We are.
It makes sense. So we are so stoked to be back.
Yes, I am.
So send us an email at bitingalltheapples@gmail.com or check out the show notes for how to send a text or voicemail.
Liking, following, rating, commenting, and sharing this podcast will add at least 5 years to your life. Terms and conditions apply.
So until the next episode, remember, knowledge is power. So
Stay plugged in.